Hi everybody, it's me, Corey T, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my experience with living in the end, because it's something that lots of people get really confused about, and I got really confused about it, but I kind of gave it my own meaning which worked for me. So I'm just going to share with you what I made living in the end mean for me and how it played out and how it worked for me. So maybe you can try it and you can see how you feel about it and make your own meaning. Because the thing is that the way that we manifest best is when we decide how we're going to manifest. Whatever feels right to us, whatever rings true, whatever resonates, that's what we've got to do. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the meaning and the way that I took living in the end to be, and maybe you'll resonate with it too, and maybe you can try it in the same way that I used it. So before I get into this video, I just want to remind you that at the moment, until the end of Saturday, there is an offer on my 8-hour and 12-hour session packages, which is that if you book one of those packages before the end of Saturday, you will get 3 of my e-courses for free, including my self-concept and inner healing, which is just such a good combination to have with coaching, and my Manifest Money workshop and my Manifest a Specific Person workshop, all for free. So if you'd like to take advantage of that offer and invest in yourself this week, then you can find the links below. You can ask me any questions you like via email, or you can send me a message on Instagram too. Right, so living in the end. I used to get really confused about this because I used to think that in order to be successful at manifesting, then basically I had to live in the end all the time and just convince myself that I was already in the relationship all day long and just ignore my reality completely so that I never actually felt like I wasn't in the relationship. And it used to just overwhelm me and confuse me, and actually even my friends and my family, because there was a time when I was so much trying to live in the end that I was telling people that I was his girlfriend, even though at the time I clearly wasn't his girlfriend and he was with someone else. The way I see it now, I got it all wrong because I was confused and I was exhausted, and it wasn't sustainable for me to be doing that. And it just didn't feel right to me, and it didn't feel true to me. And it kind of goes along with the whole mental diet thing. This was a diet that I couldn't keep up, I couldn't sustain, and wasn't right for me. Okay, so it wasn't right for me. So what did I do instead? I took the bits out of it that I liked and I used it as and when I felt like it, and that worked for me, and it was magical and it was really fun to do. So for example, when I felt like playing around with living in the end, I would imagine myself in the present moment, bring myself to the present moment, grounded in the present moment, and from there I would ask myself, what would it feel like if we were actually together right now? What would I feel like if I knew that we were together right now? What would I feel like right now if I knew he was just in the next room? What would I be doing? What would I be saying? What would I be feeling? What would I be thinking? And what I decided to do is just take a few moments of every day doing that exercise. What would I feel like if this was happening right now? I didn't do it all day because I couldn't sustain that. I just did it as and when I felt like it. So I remember being in my bedroom in Italy, and I remember thinking, what would I feel like if he was just over there? And I turned around and I closed my eyes and I imagined that really in that moment he was sat over there on the bed and he was just doing something on his laptop, and it was just normal and it was just every day, and that's just the way it was. What would I feel like if that was happening right now? And I used to imagine in the present moment what that would be like. And later on, as you know, that's exactly happened. He was over there on the bed, and I had that moment of thinking, whoa, I've definitely lived this before. So there's something magic about that, and I can't explain it. I can't explain that. I think that's where the magic of manifestation comes in. And I'm all for healing and being grounded, being mentally healthy. But there's something about this manifestation that I can't explain, and all I can say is that I think there's something magic about it. The magic of the universe, the magic of our unconscious mind, the magic of whatever higher power it is, the magic of us brought that to life, I believe. I have so many examples of when I did this, like when I had imagined taking a specific photo and walking down a specific street and imagining that he was just behind me, and I'd even like pretend that I was holding his hand or like reaching for his hand and that he was just there and he was going to grab it any moment, and that we were taking a picture together there. I'd imagine the picture in my mind. What would I feel like if he was just walking behind me right now? What would I feel like if this was happening right now? What would I feel like if this manifestation had come to life? In the present moment. That's the thing, doing it in the present moment. But then letting it go and getting on with your day, right? Letting it go and just knowing, okay, that's done now. That's done because I've done that, and getting on with your day. That's what I did. And then I took that photo in real life, and it's just madness. It's craziness. It's so magical. As well, there were specific places that I wanted to go with him, and I would stand there and I would imagine that he was there with me, and I would kind of pretend that I was turning another way and that he was really just on the other side of me. I would imagine his energy right next to me, and I would say to myself, in the present moment, right now, what would I feel like if this was happening? What would I feel like if this was true? And I just enjoyed doing it. Honestly, I was just doing this because it was fun, and because I enjoyed it, and because I liked the feeling, and because I was playing. And that's the kind of attitude that we can come at this from. Just play. Play with your imagination and trust the magic of the universe and yourself. Please don't worry if you can't sustain those living in the end moments all day, every day, because you can't, because we have a life to live, moments to enjoy, time with ourselves to embrace, because this time now is precious. So what I did, and what I continue to do when I'm manifesting with living in the end, is just do it as and when I feel like it. I just do it as an exercise that I enjoy for fun. Literally, maybe once a day, maybe twice a day, but I don't do it all the time because I didn't like living like that. I didn't enjoy it, and it made me feel really disconnected from my true self. That is one of the problems with it, because people disconnect from themselves because they're so busy focusing on getting something that they forget about themselves. And that's what I want you to not do. Don't forget about yourself and your connection to yourself in the process of manifesting anything. Okay, there is nothing more important than your relationship with yourself. So even though these stories are exciting about how living in the end had worked for me, don't let it derail you away from yourself. It's fun, it's exciting, it's magical, and yes, anything is possible. And you can transform a specific relationship or a specific situation. You can manifest a new relationship. You can manifest anything. Anything is possible, but don't let the desire to get something take you away from the love that you have within yourself, because that's the main thing. That's the main manifestational trick. That's the main one, self-love, a connection to yourself, and learning to be okay with where you are no matter what, okay? So I hope you found this video useful. If you would like some one-to-one support, I am here. This is what I do, and I love doing it, and I would love to support you in your journey no matter where you are or what you're going through. So if you'd like some information about one-to-one support, you can find some information in the links below on my website, or you can email me, send me a direct message, and if not, then I will see you in the next video. Bye!